If your boss finds out that you're gay, or if your boss thinks that you're gay, in 29 states in this country, it is legal for your boss to fire you for that reason and that reason alone. In 3 additional states, it is illegal to fire you just for being gay, but it is still legal to fire you for being transgender. We have what's called a patchwork of civil rights protections on this issue in this country. It's illegal everywhere in the country to fire someone or refuse to hire them on the basis of their race or their religion or a bunch of other factors. It's race, religion, gender, age, national origin, disability, genetic information. But when it comes to gender identity and sexual orientation, those are not treated the same way. The Democratic-led U.S. Senate passed legislation in November that would have changed federal law to include employment protections for LGBT people. But the Republican-led House of Representatives wouldn't touch it. They would not act on the bill. Republican House Speaker John Boehner memorably explained that he thought it already was illegal to fire someone for being gay. And as nice as that might sound, he's wrong about that, and he is technically a lawmaker, which is weird. When it became clear that under John Boehner, Mr. Denial, the House would never vote on the Employment Non-Discrimination Act, more than 200 Democratic members of Congress wrote to President Obama to ask him to please do as much as he could on the issue just as president. Could he please use the power of an executive order to try to extend these protections to as many Americans as possible? Well, today, the White House said yes to that. President Obama is reportedly now drawing up an executive order that will make it illegal for federal contractors to discriminate on the basis of sexual orientation or gender identity. Congress would have to pass a law to make this kind of thing apply to the whole country, but enough companies, and particularly enough big companies, have federal contracts at some level that this executive order, when it's signed, it will extend these anti-discrimination protections to about 20% of the whole U.S. workforce. One interesting detail here and something to watch on this. The White House is saying that President Obama is willing to sign this executive order and that he wants one drawn up, but they are not saying when he is planning on signing this executive order. So that means that if the House wants to get out ahead on this issue and pass the Senate bill themselves so Congress can be the ones to make law on this subject instead of the president doing it unilaterally, well, then they've still got time before he signs it because he's not signing it just yet. So there's one last chance for House Republicans to get on the non-discrimination side of this issue. Don't hold your breath.